It's the new culture clash. From the people who bring you haute couture and haute cuisine, French parenting is now all the rage. The hot new book, Bringing Up Bebe, suggests French mothers are ooh la la.
Thank you, Monica.
Celine Mazur is raising 3 kids in America, parenting with panache.
Do you think the French have it right and that Americans are just completely hyper-parenting?
Maybe, but at the same time, we learn a lot from American people.
So, s'il vous plaît, here's a basic lesson in the language of French parenting, starting with food.
Is it stuffed with something?
Yes, inside I put some vegetables, some spinach, and there is also some ricotta in it.
And the kids will eat the spinach and ricotta?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, my dream.
They love it.
Clearly I'm doing something wrong.
Le goûter, the one and only snack, is at 4 in the afternoon. French children don't snack all day.
French kids eat what adults eat, is what you're saying.
Yes. At the restaurant, they never pick in the kids menu because they don't think it's really diverse.
We talked to some American moms, too, bloggers and authors of the book The Mothers of Reinvention. Jen Pate and Barb Machen don't agree with everything in Bringing Up Bebe, though they sheepishly admit that when it comes to cuisine, the French may have an advantage.
I made the mistake of like the kid food and the adult food. I had to do some serious damage control after a few years.
There's also la pause, the phrase the author Pamela Druckerman coined. Don't jump at your child's every whimper. French mothers allow their babies, even as young as 6 weeks old, to cry for a few minutes while training them to go back to sleep on their own.
How young were they when they started sleeping through the night?
3 months.
Next comes attends, which means wait. Teach your kids patience, not immediate gratification. By saying you can't always get what you want, the French also say the kids aren't the center of the universe.
I think my children, of course, I have 3, are really important. But at the same time, I have a husband, I work. So for me, it's a sort of balance.
We can make our kids the center of the universe and have our own passions and interests outside of that.
So they're not mutually exclusive?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive.
The 4th and final French word, non. Non means non. Don't negotiate.
Do you negotiate?
No. It doesn't work every time, but I am the parent and they are the children. So I think it's okay to say no to the kids.
And yet, the American moms beg to differ.
My son is going to be a lawyer when he's older. He is a negotiator. So
I think negotiation is an important part of growing up. I mean, it's a skill you need to learn.
But at the end of the day, they do need to know what no is.
They do need to know no.
But it's as if the Tiger Mom is saying that Americans are too lazy, and the French Mom are saying that Americans are too hyper-parenting.
It's different cultures, different philosophies. And we're also the melting pot, and we take a little bit of all of the cultures that we were born with. And so hopefully we can kind of pick and choose and craft the right little experience for us.
They've got the food, they've got the fashion, they're not getting the parenting category. We are pro-parenters. There is no question.
We got a kick out of that when we saw it earlier this week, and we wanted to get the perspective of a mom. So we've invited Maria Kang, a mommy blogger, for an appearance here on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We should mention that Maria's got a 6-week-old baby, a 21-month-old baby, and a 3-year-old baby. All boys?
All boys.
We love that 3 boys crowd. That's what we've got in our family, too. Let's go point by point.
Okay.
The snack. 1 snack a day? That seems reasonable.
Seems reasonable.
Is that what you practice?
No, I don't.
You let your kids have multiple snacks?
They have various snacks throughout the day. I let them, they're picky eaters. I agree. Kids can be picky, but my boys, they snack throughout the day, but they're not bad snacks. It's
They're
apples.
healthy snacks?
They're carrots.
Come on, how bad is that? All right, what about saying no? You say no to your kids sometimes, don't you?
I definitely say no to my kids.
Yeah.
And again, I love what they're saying in this book. A lot of mothers are very different. I say no, other mothers say yes. So it really depends on the mom.
What about what they eat? Eat the adult foods. When you take them out to a restaurant, the French say, no children's menu, just have them eat the adult food. Does that work?
It doesn't really work. Sometimes it really depends on the child. My second child loves to eat vegetables and protein, and my other child likes to eat, I call him my carbivore. But I don't usually give them their own food. They usually take from my plate.
Well, they're probably trying to keep us away from like chicken fingers and some of those things. But you can make even a chicken finger meal a healthy meal, right?
Sometimes sometimes if you take off the skin
and if
add
you serve it,
apples.
what you serve it with, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they said do not negotiate. Yeah, I remember negotiating a lot with my kids. Do you negotiate? Well, 3-year-olds, you
3-year-olds, you don't really negotiate. I know that a lot of my friends who are mothers sometimes negotiate with their kids, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the French people have it right and have it wrong in certain ways.
Sometimes you do have to just say no.
You do have to say no. It really depends on the situation.
But sometimes as they grow older, you kind of want to empower them, don't you?
You definitely want to empower your kids. You want them to have the ability to understand why they're saying yes or why you're saying yes or no. So give them the ability to negotiate and make their own decision.
And then last but not least, I take issue with this. They said don't respond to every whimper.
Oh,
You don't respond to every whimper. By the time you get to that third one, please.
You know what? Honestly, I think that they've said that they wean their kids from sleeping through the night. They actually sleep through the night between 2 to 3 months. And also I've read that most French women don't actually breastfeed after 2 to 3 months. Most French women don't. So it's interesting to look at everything, the complexity of it all.
Well, another point that we made earlier this week was the French kids drink wine.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, sure. No, I mean, not 3-year-olds.
Actually, I heard that they put a little bit of wine in their bottle to help them sleep at night.
That's exactly what our producer just said, too. Give them a little vino and they will sleep like crazy. Maria Kang, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.